Hi everyone, lovely to be here and thank you for having me and thank you Bethany. So what incredible presentations we've seen so far. It's been a fantastic couple of days and I've loved being here. So we just heard from the Care Leavers Covenant and I'm NHS Universal Family Programme lead. My name's Steph. So firstly, what is the Care Leavers Covenant? So that was funded by the Department of Education. We just heard from Bethany, so I'll skip through this slide, but was really introduced to support care leavers to the best of our abilities. So to deliver on the commitment, the Universal Family Programme is delivering on this commitment and our Chief Executive and Chief Workforce Officer signed this during the Care Leavers Week in 2022, making a clear and public commitment that all NHS employers will support young care experienced individuals into a career in our NHS family. And how does it fit within the NHS? Well, they are our current and our future chiefs and directors. So we have loads of chiefs and directors already that are care experienced, and I found out through working through this programme. And it is incredible the difference that they already make to our NHS. They can and do make a difference. Their lived experience represents our diverse communities, and we're raising career aspirations and we're really supporting individuals into careers lifelong, hopefully. So the aims and the objectives of the programme. So firstly, one of our aims was to positively engage with 1,000 young care leavers into training, education and employment opportunities. So that's internally and externally to the NHS by 25-26. We're actually absolutely smashing this target, so you'll see that in the data in a minute. And just to say that our definition of care experience for this programme is really very broad. So it's any type of care experience for 18 to 25-year-olds, although even some integrated care boards are looking at supporting 16 to 18-year-olds too. And our second aim was to develop sustainability through the programme. So when the programme becomes business as usual, this retains within each of our 42 ICBs. And I think we're well along the way to that aim as well. So in 2022, when this programme started, we had 10 pilot sites. And we're now in all 42 integrated care boards. So we work across England. So wherever you are, there will be a Universal Family Programme. And through the Universal Family Programme, we do pre- and post-employment support, we do mentoring, we do skills support, CV support. We've also got a peer support network, which is virtual, so we have care experienced staff running that for young care experienced individuals or for anyone with care experience within the NHS. And that's a great source of support too. And so each Universal Family Programme will be linking in with their local authority, or should be linking in with their local authority, and that's why I'm here to speak to you today. And also linking in with their Department of Work and Pensions locally to provide that real network of support and referral. And I'm really hoping that if we create a really strong network, that there are less cracks for individuals to fall through, and that strong referral support means that individuals can be reached. If they find that they are not wanting to stay in a career in the NHS, then they can perhaps move on to something else. We're all working together to really refer and to support young care experienced individuals. And we've got a range of roles and apprenticeships as well. So it's not just healthcare roles. When people think NHS, I think they think immediately it's healthcare, but there's also kind of plumbing, electricians, catering. There's loads of different roles available. So we've got some really great results. So this is our data from the period of April to December last year, so not even a full year's data. And that was collected in January 2025. And so we've had amazing success. You can see I've divided up regionally here. Midlands are really leading the way. Each one of these is an individual. So each one of these numbers is an individual young care experienced person that we're reaching and whose life we're hopefully touching. And that may not lead immediately into a career within the NHS, but I hope, if we offer CV support, maybe later on down the line, they might think, oh, that NHS mentor was really helpful. Like I might reach out to them it could provide amazing opportunities in the future as well, so not just within this kind of financial year. But within this financial year so far, we've had 1,924 young care experienced individuals positively engaged in initial contacts. We've had 78 individuals securing employment externally to the NHS, so we've helped them external as well. And we've had 67 employed within the NHS, which is amazing. Incredible results. And we've heard so many success stories, so many qualitative examples of success. We've got Lily, who sits on our advisory committee, who just started an apprenticeship as a healthcare support worker, and has got a mentor who's a care experienced individual themselves, and a staff member, and she's doing incredibly. It's been amazing to see some of the successes that happen within this programme. And then you can really see the data here that's increasing, so year on year, we're really making great progress with individuals. So I spoke to Liz Kalu, who sits on the Leicestershire and Rutland Universal Family Programme, so she's programme lead there. And I asked her, so she's had amazing success engaging with Leicester City Council. She's actually a councillor, and she spoke at the Moving On Up event recently. I asked her what was the kind of best practice that would help local authorities engage with the Universal Family Programme, because I really want to learn from that best practice and help spread it. I said, obviously, if there aren't councillors leading the Universal Family Programme, how can they best work? How can they best engage? And so these were her thoughts of how we could best engage with you and how you could best engage with us. So Leicestershire and Rutland Universal Family Programme wanted to deliver a system-wide NHS and social care programme. Originally, they delivered a 4-week placement programme for NHS placements with the King's Trust, and they're now looking to offer placements within both NHS and social care. So LLR firstly met with all 3 virtual schools, all 3 heads of service for children, the careers guidance service. She met with elected councillors, and so the corporate parents and the deputy mayor, the business skills partnership. So she also presented at the City Council's corporate parenting board, which she felt was key. She met with council foster parents, and she was also invited to visit children's care homes as well, which is a great idea. So these were her tips. So she secured buy-in from the very top. So firstly, there's buy-in from the very top for the Universal Family Programme. And she also suggested that ensuring all councils were signed up to the Care Leavers Covenant. She feels that the buy-in from the top, so that signing of the Care Leavers Covenant, really helps to open doors and to potentially resolve issues. She also felt that it helped identify the placements. And then she said that all 3 council heads of service were really supported and promoted the programme. I mean, that may be because she's a councillor, so she potentially knows them, but I think if we can get the heads of service on board, then that's really important as well. She spoke about the programme at the council's corporate parenting board and got introduced to those foster parents and the home managers. And she felt that the more people she spoke to, the better it was. The snowball effect happened. And at the end, they had 32 care leavers. So within that targeted advertising period, 32 care leavers applied, which is incredible. So my call to action to you. So I think, firstly, become aware of the vast array of careers within the NHS, because there are so many out there, so many apprenticeships, so many opportunities, and that we're going to be working in every single one of your councils within your local authorities. So also join that network of corporate parents in supporting us, really join in our network, join in that opportunity, and make sure your council has signed up to the Care Leavers Covenant so that we've got that buy-in from the top. Invite your local ICS or your local Universal Family Programme to speak about the programme at your corporate parenting board, and also connect in with the Universal Family regional leads, which I've put on the last slide. So your support and your energy and voice are really crucial to the success of this programme. We've got amazing opportunities, amazing examples of best practice, and I think just develop a really close relationship with your ICB. They may be able to offer a lot more than you think, so it's always worth engaging. And then we've got incredible examples of care leavers doing incredible work. So one of them in particular is James, and he's even worked with government. He's really a shining example, and he was one of the first care leavers that we helped through our programme. So I really do sing his praises, but we've got so many other individuals as well. I think due to a lot of the kind of stigma that care experienced young people seem to face, a lot of them aren't as public about it as perhaps they could be, or they just feel a bit sensitive around that. So we try and kind of maintain their confidentiality wherever possible. But James really wants to talk about the Universal Family Programme. So I put in there an example and a link to some of his work. And then I've included our regional lead details as well, so you can find those there. Sadly, Nick's retiring at the end of March, so if you're in the Southwest, you can contact me and I can contact you in with Jane, who's our new regional lead. But all the details are there for you to contact, for you to get in touch with. And thank you, and my contact detail is there too, so please do get in touch. Any questions?
So, would anybody like to ask any questions of this really, really interesting scheme? Obviously, NHS is a similar system to local authorities because they cover all of the area, so there will be NHS provision within your area. Obviously, it's great that you've got the list there of people we can contact, because I think this is great and we can establish some of those links. Clearly, having a counsellor on board is something that's really helpful as well. So it's about knowing your key pivot points, really, isn't it? And who you can actually turn to actually get that communication going and that contact going as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a few questions, but I'll just wonder if anybody else had one. Did anybody else want to just ask a question? Guys, you're quiet this morning. Can I just say that to you? Obviously, it was a good night last night. Thanks.
Hi, Stephanie. Obviously, what you're talking about is a kind of employment or work experience type opportunities. I just wondered whether it had kind of sparked any conversations around other kind of, about health support for care experienced young people, whether, it had kind of led to discussions around maybe support with costs of prescriptions, or, how we could kind of improve mental health support services for care leavers, and that kind of crossover into that kind of health service delivery.
Yeah, definitely. So I think whenever you're working with care leavers, it has to be a real holistic approach. It can't be just targeted to the employment issue. And we certainly do work hand in hand to promote kind of free prescriptions and things like that. And there have been amazing innovations within ICB. So, for example, within Birmingham, they're working really well with their local authority to provide housing for the care experienced individuals that are working with them. So that's an incredible, really good opportunity there. And then also they're doing kind of bridging payments and things like that as well. So there's loads of different pieces of good practice and innovation happening across the country. 42 ICBs, that's loads of innovation, and they're all working to their local population. So yeah, loads of things happening. But if you want specific examples, I can definitely get you some as well. Thank you.
Hi, Stephanie. It's Lisa from North Somerset again. We've got a young person who's doing a business administration apprenticeship at our local hospital, all part of the scheme, loving it. It's amazing for her. And we're really proud of what she's doing. My query and question is around, she's going to be like the other apprentices that she's with without flagging up that she's care experienced, and I'm sure she's got potential to do more, but it's how we tap in through, so it's our local hospital, to find out discreetly what we can access so we can further her career pathway with her permission, with her involved, but who it might be that we can contact.
Yeah. So I think contact the regional lead, or if you're in the Southwest, contact me. And if you have no luck with one of them, then please contact me directly as well. And we can definitely link you in with the Universal Family Programme, make sure, but we're really, within the NHS, we're trying to be quite innovative with the support we're offering as well. So we've got loads of different new policies coming in to support care experienced individuals. potentially around kind of guaranteed interviews and things like that if they meet minimum requirements. So we're really hoping to push this as far as possible, but I think just get in touch and I'll help. Yeah, thank you.
Hi Stephanie, it's Nora from Wandsworth. We've had some really good results actually with our links with our NHS partners. I think one area though that we're really interested in is our former separated children seeking asylum who don't have status or right to work. Getting opportunities for them, sort of almost voluntary opportunities, or because we've got a lot of that cohort of young people who are really interested in careers in the NHS, but they're not able at the moment to access, I don't think I'm wrong, any of the opportunities because they don't have the right to work. So I just wondered if that's on the radar for sort of future development.
Yeah, and I think are you in touch? You're in touch with the ICB locally, yeah, because I think it's worth getting in touch just around that issue as well, because there might be some skills support or skills programs that they could offer, or even potentially some shadowing or something like that. It might be helpful. And if not, then we could kind of look at that, developing that within that area, I think. So linking with the regional lead to further that query as well. Thank you.
Another question.
Sorry, just to say that one of our young people did just access a scheme like that at Roehampton through the NHS. One of our separated young people without status.
Brilliant.
I think it was called I can't remember if it was Step Up but it was an 8-week programme at Roehampton.
Yeah, step up into work.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So that's not specific to care experienced young people, but I work really closely, so that's widening access and participation. But yeah, we work really closely with them. Thank you.
I was going to ask about training and awareness for staff or managers to help and support young people. So is there a programme? What does it look like?
Yeah, so we're trying to develop that further, but and within each integrated care board there should be as well. But we are trying to develop that one further, developing the training. We've got a toolkit on our website that each ICB should use, which includes some training for managers. But it's definitely something that I want to push further. I think we can do a lot more. And not just with the managers that are working directly with young people, but also with HR. So the people that are sifting through the applications for the jobs originally. So I think we can do a lot with them. And there's loads of other things that we can do. I think we're talking about like cultural change though here as well, which can be quite hard to enact through a wide system, but something I'm definitely trying to tackle, but one person at a time at the moment. But yeah, I think hopefully we'll announce kind of new policies and things like that shortly, and then we can really enact some system-wide change.
Brilliant, yeah, because it's really important to actually support young people getting into the job, which is brilliant, but also then when they're in the job, isn't it really? And just an awareness of maybe some of the different challenges and needs of young people. We talked about it yesterday, wasn't it, about housing for young people and the whole range of things. And things change for them quite rapidly, doesn't it? They don't have always the support around them. And I was just wondering that managers are aware of that type of thing and give them a degree of flexibility in order then to actually manage some of the other complications that, you know, they sometimes face during their time while they're employed with the NHS.
Yeah. And I think certainly through this programme I've just become so aware of the number, I think I said before, but the number of staff that are care experienced and working within this programme too. And it is really, there's so many passionate people leading this programme across the country. There's so much passion, so much commitment, and they really are looking after the young people as if they were their own. You know, I see that time and time again. It is so lovely to see, really going above and beyond, and just wonderful, like good practice. So I think the main thing is to just get in touch with people, find out what's on offer. You never know. And we're trying to push things as far as possible nationally as well.
And good communication is key, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So that's brilliant. Okay, so just want to check, is any other questions? Oh, one more.
Hi Stephanie, I'm Sarah from Birmingham. I just wanted to clarify in terms of the establishments of young people where they're working. Is it very hospital, or just mindful of obviously increasing young people registering with GPs, and whether we need to get more focused and care experienced young people in those environments?
Yeah, so we've got some primary care apprenticeships starting at various different places. So I think especially with kind of vacancy freezers at some areas as well, they're being really innovative of where they're placing young people and the opportunities that they're offering. So there's a lot of innovation kind of within primary care, I think within LLR as well. So really looking to kind of further those vacancies within the primary care sector.
Brilliant, thank you. So, thanks very much, Steph. That was brilliant. Big round of applause, please.